So, while a lot of us are still trying to get our heads around all these complex automation tools, Google has been quietly cooking up a total game changer. Let's dive into Google Opal, because this thing is completely rethinking what no-code even means.
I mean, talk about a bold statement, right? Makes both of them feel like legacy software. That's how our source is talking about giants like Zapier and N8N after seeing Opal. We're not just talking about another alternative here. This is being framed as a massive leap forward. So what is this thing?
All right, so when you first see Opal, it's really easy to think, okay, great, another chatbot. But trust me, that doesn't even begin to scratch the surface. This isn't just a tool for chatting, it's a full-blown zero-code app factory.
And this is the part that's so wild. You just describe a business problem, in plain English like you're talking to a colleague, and Opal builds an entire complete application. I'm not talking about some invisible background workflow. No, this is a standalone product with an actual interface that you can turn around and hand right over to a client.
Okay, so to really get what makes Opal so different, we have to talk about a really fundamental shift in how we even think about automation. The key, and this is the big aha moment, is understanding the difference between what we'll call the back-end plumbing and an actual complete application.
And this plumbing analogy right here just nails it. Think about tools like Zapier or N8N. They are amazing, right? But what they do is build the pipes behind the wall, the stuff that moves data from point A to point B that the user never, ever sees. Opal, it's completely different. It builds the pipes and the faucet and the sink all at the same time. You get the entire visible, usable tool that someone can actually walk up to and interact with.
Okay, so the theory is cool and all, but the proof is always in the pudding, right? So let's actually look at 3 incredibly powerful mini apps that were built with Opal in, like, a matter of minutes.
All right, first up, we've got something called the content machine. Just imagine this. You take one single piece of content, say a YouTube video, and you turn it into a whole week's worth of marketing materials pretty much instantly.
And the process is just so simple. You just feed it a YouTube URL. That's it. From there, Google's Gemini AI jumps in, grabs the transcript, and analyzes the whole thing. And what do you get? Boom, 5 distinct high-hook social media posts, hashtags and all. Plus, a full-on SEO-optimized blog draft, a whole week of marketing, just done in seconds.
Okay, next up, let's talk about the brand designer. Now, if you sell any kind of physical product, listen up, because the source calls this thing a massive profit multiplier. Basically, it's designed to give you professional-level ad assets without that professional-level price tag.
You literally just upload a raw photo of your product. That's your job done. Opal takes over using Google's Imagen 4 model, which is their top-tier image generation AI, and it spits out 10 different lifestyle ad concepts. And we're talking high-fidelity, 2K resolution images of your product looking amazing in a real-world setting. It even writes the ad descriptions to go with them. It's the perfect example of getting those pro results without ever needing to book a crazy expensive photo shoot.
And hey, here's a little pro tip from our source. If you want to take those images to the next level, you can run them through an external AI enhancer like Crea.ai. This is awesome for making things like skin tones or shiny surfaces look totally hyper-realistic. It's what can push your ads from just great to whoa, I can't tell that's not a real photo.
All right, last but not least, we have the researcher. This is basically your own personal automated intelligence gathering tool. It's perfect for consultants, analysts, really anyone who has to stay on top of a topic that's changing super fast.
All you do is give it a topic. Let's say crypto news. It then goes out and just scours the web for all the latest developments, and then it summarizes the key findings and any big shifts in the conversation. And here's the best part. It packages it all up and exports a clean, structured report straight to a Google Doc for you. You're not spending hours searching anymore. You're just getting automated intelligence briefs delivered to you.
So let's step back for a second. What does all of this actually mean? Well, for any entrepreneur or creator out there, this technology is basically a speed-to-market weapon. It just fundamentally crushes the old timeline for bringing an idea to life.
I mean, look at this. The entire development cycle gets squashed down into 4 simple steps. 1, you have an idea. 2, you describe it. 3, you get a working app. And 4, you share it with a link. That's it. Your client, your user, they don't need to know anything about the plumbing. They just get a tool that works.
What this really means is you can now build what our source calls disposable scaffolding. Think about it. You can test a brand new idea this afternoon. If it works, awesome.
If it doesn't, who cares? You've lost a few minutes of your time, not weeks or months stuck in development. The risk is basically zero.
Okay, so right about now you're probably thinking, this is absolutely incredible, but where on earth do I even start? Well, that's where what we're calling the remix revolution comes into play.
So you don't have to start from a scary blank page. Instead, you can just go to the Opal library, find an app that's kind of close to what you need, and just hit Remix. For the coders out there, it's basically like forking a project on GitHub, but for a whole application. You can then just tweak the prompt, adjust the logic a little, and boom, it's yours.
So when you look at tools like Opal, you realize the gap. The gap between having an idea and having a real, working product, it's shrinking so fast it's almost zero. All those technical barriers are just evaporating, leaving only the creative ones. And that leaves us with one final and really exciting question. What will you build?